DJI's Active Track can add a whole bunch of value. It gives us perception of having a dedicated cameraman, but it also gives you this larger-than-life production value. In today's video, I want to go over Active Track and give you 3 ways that I personally love to use it. Let's dive in. So if you're not familiar with Active Track, let me show you how to set it up. So setting up Active Track is actually really easy. You can actually go down to this setting right here, this little gimbal icon, and you can turn on Face Auto Detect. Now, as long as you're in that box, it will detect your face and start tracking you. There's also another way to do it. If we exit out of Face Auto Detect, you can just double tap someone's face, and there you go. Now we're active tracking again. But there's actually an even better way of doing it called dynamic framing. See here, you can actually pick the location or the frame that you want Active Track to stay within. So if you want to be in the center, you can be in the center or to the right and left and so forth. So I really like this because it gives you a much better cinematic view, because now you're following the top thirds rule and it's a little bit more pleasing. So for this particular case, I actually set it to the left center, which is keeping me at this frame, but I want to change it. It's giving me way too much headroom. So now I did the top left, and now it's giving me the perfect amount of headroom. So Active Track's a little sensitive. You kind of need to play with it. It's not perfect. A big downfall is you can't really control the speed, right? It doesn't really slowly guide you in or ramp in as it's panning. But again, for a camera that is pocket sized and has the ability to do all this, it's pretty cool. So let's talk about the 3 ways that I like to use it. The first one, you already guessed it, is actually the intro. Walking up and just talking, right? Getting the viewer's attention in an intro setting like this, it's perfect. And I've found that as long as I don't wobble too much from left and right, it does give this nice pan effect. So let's try it again. So setting it at that corner again, walking in, pretending I'm just kind of doing an intro and trying to walk in a straight line gives this nice effect. Now you do need a leading line. So in this particular case, it's this fence, right? That's the leading line. Again, you kind of need to practice because if you wobble, it wobbles with you. But if you try to stay in a straight line and you just kind of talk, then it follows you pretty darn good. So that's the first way. So the second way is actually related to my cooking channel. I love doing orbit shots. I know, very Michael Bay of me, but it works really well when you're showcasing food. And being able to lock on the food, set the frame, and then do the orbit shot, having the gimbal guiding it along the way just makes it so much more easier, and again gives it that smooth cinematic look, which is what I'm really looking for, right? Especially when I'm trying to showcase the details of the dish. So actually Active Track's not just for human subjects, it works really, really well on objects. Well, at least in a cooking environment, it's always worked well. I'm not sure if it's going to Active Track a car or, a dolphin or something, but yeah, give it a try in actual objects. You might be surprised. And finally, the last way is in an actual action way, an active shot. So I actually love shooting action shots using Active Track. Now, I don't overuse it because, again, it's very jittery and it can lose the subject, but when you're doing slow motion shots and you have something like, for example, a game of basketball, and the subject is moving very quickly or, coming in and out, having Active Track lock in on them just gives you a little bit more assistance. But you have to remember, if you're going one way and the subject's going another way, Active Track does get really confused and it tends to lose them. But still, really, really phenomenal. So that's basically it for Active Track. Let me know how you guys use it in the comments below. Hope you found this video informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing and joining our channel memberships. I'll catch you in the next video.